Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adam, and if you love luxury fashion, then you're definitely gonna love my channel. So make sure you like, subscribe, and check out my Instagram below for all of the latest updates. And today, let's get right into it. So in today's video, I have a very off-topic, weird video for you guys, but something that I definitely did want to come on here and discuss. But in today's video, we'll be talking about luxury fashion and how it affects dating. Because I cannot tell you how much luxury fashion affects my dating life, because people are either like intimidated by it, or they are just not for it. It paints a bad impression of me to them, or they're just simply like intimidated by it and feel inferior to it. So in today's video, we will talk a little bit about it and past experiences and things that I just really don't understand, like how things can be so difficult just because like I wear like a shirt that says Versace. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. So where do I begin? Okay, so let's start from the very beginning, I guess. So if you've never seen my Sad Truth video, definitely go check out my Sad Truth video. It's about the time that I didn't have money and then kind of how I became getting into money. And it's honestly a really good video. And in the video, you hear me talk about the love of my life, somebody who is still very dear to me and that whom I still love. And that is kind of part of why I don't really date, because that situation is a little bit complicated. But even when it comes to that, I want to like very express the fact that there was a time in my life where I did live in a car, and I literally used to shower every day in a Rite Aid bathroom with the sink. I would take my little whore bath every morning and go back to the car to do my makeup, and it was honestly the happiest time of my life because I had love. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. They think like materialistic things and money are the most important things in the world, and it's really not. The only thing that really matters in this lifetime is love, especially true love. So when you find the one, the one is the one. They will always be the one. And it does make it hard, because I will say that there was a time where even I was just like sitting in the passenger seat, and somebody looked at my literally this exact bracelet, and they said, everything is just so much with you. Everything is just too much. And I immediately knew that he was talking about my bracelet, because he looked right at my bracelet. And I'm like, how does this make somebody feel so like inferior? It's a bracelet that says Versace that my mom bought me, and it was on sale for like $250 when the regular price is $450. And my necklace, people look at my necklace and be like, whoa, like I could never afford that. It's literally $150. It's costume jewelry from Versace online. So I think now it does retail for $250. But it's just because like I dress a certain way doesn't really mean that I am like better than anybody, or that anybody should feel inferior literally at all. Just because somebody has like a bag, it really doesn't mean anything. Just because I have this bag does not mean that I am above going back, living in the car, taking a shower at Rite Aid. No, that was the happiest time of my life. Honestly, if I could trade all of this to go back to like my one true love, I 1000% totally would. But unfortunately, life had other, I guess, things to do. So when it comes to that, I do want to very express that I am not materialistic. I do not hold money over everything else. Pretty much the biggest important thing to me was true love. I had that, I found that, I still have that. And now without that, I mean, money just kind of came my way. When I was younger, I always thought that I would have to choose between money or love. And I actually did have to make that decision. When I was 20, I had to choose, do I want to go with the love of my life, or do I want to go with a music producer who would literally give me everything? Mansions, Lamborghinis, Birkins, and without any doubt, I went with my one true love, and it ended up with a 7-year relationship, and it was absolutely the best time of my life. But after that ended, I mean, once you have the true love, what else really like is there that like God can give you, you know? So after that relationship, all of this just started coming, and it was actually like the more hurt I was, the more I gained to kind of like ease that hole and ease that pain. But like that's the thing. People look at me and they just think I'm so like materialistic, and if he's better, I could never like afford him. He has too much and he would never like go out with me. You could be the plumber, you could be a CEO. I really don't care. As long as that connection is there, that is truly all that matters. But wearing luxury fashion, there's a lot of downsides to it. A lot of the times I will go on a date, and immediately when I walk in, the guy's face expression is just like jaw drop on the floor. They look at all my clothes, and I'm just being me. Sometimes I'm not even wearing a shirt that says Versace. It's just like a plain shirt with like a little Medusa on here. But they immediately say, like, what are you doing here? Like, you're too good for me. You should out being like a model. And they just like feel very, very inferior. And it's really, really sucky, to be honest. But besides the aspect of a lot of men not being able to cope with the luxury fashion, because in my town, I do live in a very small city. So seeing anybody with literally anything that I have, it's not super often. And a lot of people, like, they literally say the exact words, your bag is more money than I will ever see in my lifetime. And I think that's sad, especially sad to view yourself that way. Like, it's really just an item, it's just money. Don't look at price points, just look at, like, the person you're talking to. It doesn't matter. Like, you could be literally a bum and meet Angelina Jolie. She might fall in love with you. You never know. Just be kind. That is the biggest thing. Be kind and do not judge. Just because somebody has a bunch of stuff or a designer handbag, it does not mean they're mean. It does not mean they're nasty. It does not mean they are cruel. Just, be nice. Say hi. They'll probably say hi back to you. And, that's like one of the main things. Besides that fact, there's also a lot of people that want to use me for money. So the second, like, somebody will, like, match with me, it's immediately like, wow, you're so pretty, and talk about your luxury stuff. When I actually meet people, I never mention my YouTube, I never mention anything that I have. I actually downplay it all. When people ask me, like, oh, what do you do for work? I'm like, oh, I work like an office job at home, because I don't want to tell them, like, oh, like, I do YouTube. And then they look at my YouTube and then just see all of this, and then they start to change, because that has happened before. I have been on a date where somebody was very, very nice and very kind, but then the second they found out that I did YouTube and I had all of this, it immediately changed. They started talking about, like, Louis Vuitton bags that they always dreamt of getting for, like, Christmas and stuff. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not buying any man anything. Even if I found somebody that I loved, there was only one man that would have ever had anything from me, and that was my 7-year relationship. Besides him, not one man will ever get anything from me. Now, maybe if I get married, that man might get, like, a gift or something, but unless there is a ring on this finger, no man is not getting anything from me. And I do believe in, like, chivalry. I don't mind paying for my own meal, but I do prefer the man to pay for my meal. But if he can't, that's 1000% okay. I can take care of myself. I will even buy your meal if, like, I truly like you. But, like, that's the thing. I definitely do kind of test people in that way, because if somebody wants me to literally pay for every single thing, then absolutely no. I will not be used for money, and a lot of people actually try to use me for money. And I actually literally have a genuine example to show you. Okay, so before I read this, I will make it very, very clear. The last date that I have even went on was so long ago that it was actually with the love of my life. I did go ahead and I did do a secret visit, and we did have, like, a very, very special time together not too long ago. And the love of my life, still the last person I've ever been with. Now, even though that I say the love of my life, I believe, God, who knows what God has in store for me. If the love of my life was truly not the one and not supposed to be the husband, well, I tell God every day that I am keeping that window, I'm keeping that door open, but it is going to take one hell of a man to, get my heart going the way that it did before. And until that man comes, my heart's already reserved, but, I'll keep it open to see if God sends some, like, mysterious man my way. But here's the thing. I literally had this message before. So I met this nice guy, and we were talking for, like, a little bit, and all of a sudden, this is what he says to me. We had, like, a good, like, 1-day conversation, but then, he ended up finding my Instagram, and then all of a sudden, this is what happened. Hey, this is yada yada from yada yada. My bad for the late response. Had to check my grandfather at the hospital. I'm working right now. How is your day going? I'm like, okay, I hope your grandfather is okay. How is he doing? And have a good day at work. And then literally all of a sudden, I literally still cannot believe this. His response to, how is your grandpa, is, at work, baby. You got Venmo? And immediately I'm like, okay, I already know where this is going. I know this guy literally just wants money, thinks I'm dumb, and I'll, like, Venmo anybody money when literally, like I said, not one person is getting anything from me unless you're, like, my love or my mom. And he says, baby, I'm at work starving. Shake my head. I'm just waiting on my check to hit my account tonight. can you Venmo me $20? I can send you 100 back as soon as the check hits tonight. I don't mind at all. And immediately I was like, oh my god, I am genuinely so mad. Now, I asked, like, why did you want my Venmo? Just because I was so curious to hear his excuse and his, like, question or answer. And I was right, I was so bummed. So immediately I wrote blocked, and then I blocked him. Such a bad experience. And that happens to me all the time. I cannot tell you how many guys, they take one look at me, and then they just talk about money, and then it's just users, users, users. Everybody wants to either use me, or they want something out of me, and nobody just wants to specifically get to know me and who I am. And luxury fashion really did make it worse. I will say that I had a lot easier time dating back when I had nothing. I didn't have to hide anything. And now that I have something to hide at first, it is so annoying because when it comes to me, like, I can't hide it all. Like, what am I supposed to do? Go on a date and carry, like, some weird random backpack I would never carry just because I want to tone myself down for somebody to not give a wrong impression? No, I want to give my actual impression. I'm Adam, I'm me, yeah, I like fashion, I like stuff. You do not have to buy me one single thing. All a man has to do is just tolerate 20 texts of fashion saying, this is cute, I want this, I want this, I want that. He doesn't have to buy it. I'm just sharing it with him because I think it's cute. I'm looking for him to respond like, oh, okay, that's cute. That would look so cute on you, rock on. Like, that's literally it. That's all I'm after. I'm not after anybody's money. You don't have to buy me anything. I'm not buying you anything. I just want genuine companionship. But ugh, God, I swear, guys my age, like, they literally cannot fathom any of it. I didn't even like go on a date with anybody, but I did meet somebody. He was talking about something as simple as like $100 and making it sound like it was like just like out of his reach. And that, I don't like that fact because if somebody's struggling over $5, $20, I'm gonna have to pick up the dead weight, and I don't want to pick up anybody's dead weight. I just want somebody to match me. Like I said, nobody has to support me. I can support myself, but I don't want to support anybody either. So I do like to, I guess, be like the wife in the relationship, and I do believe in like tradition. I like a man that can actually like hold things down. But it's not like the dire criteria. If you can make my heart love you, then that's really all that matters. I could live in a car or I could live in a mansion. Either way, I can find happiness. It's just with the love of my life. And the whole dating thing, it is so difficult. Now, I will say a lot of guys, I have met nice guys before, but I'm just genuinely like not at a place to where I want to date them. And even if I try to date them, I just don't care, to be honest. Like, if I don't have that feeling like I did in my 7-year relationship, I'm not giving anybody the time of day. I don't want to settle. I want like the real genuine thing, and until I have that, I'll continue trying to date. Also kind of goes for like my house too. Like, I have never ever invited one single person into my home because of all the stuff I have, because I don't trust people, and that is exactly because of how others have treated me in the past. So again, I'm not gonna bring anybody over just to gawk at all my stuff. If somebody is like in awe about all of this, then it's a red flag right off the bat, and I'm like, okay, you're way too excited, you're not used to literally any of this, and I'm scared of what the outcome will be. So, again, if I find somebody that I trust enough to come over, then, sure, so be it. But until then, my heart's kind of reserved until somebody else takes it. I haven't had too many people that are just like straight up rude, but I have had people that have been like, oh, you look so cute, but if you toned it down, you'd be even cuter. Or, oh, you look so cute, but if you just wore less makeup, you'd be cuter. And I'm like, the f are you talking about? Like, my makeup is actually very, very natural. Like, I'm not wearing like giant lashes, and even if I was, like, that is not you the judge. And it's just like, men and their opinions, I just don't have room for any man's opinion at this time. I'm done with it. I'm too old for it. I am 30 years old and I just want to be married. I want to have kids. I technically should have been married and had kids already, but that's another story for another day. But again, so when it comes to me, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I'm not entitled. I'm not spoiled. But I do hate when a man tries to use me for money. I've had a lot of men think they can gain opportunities out of me, or think that I'm gonna like help them with their businesses when like I'm working on my own business. Nobody helped me, so I'm sorry, but you can go help yourself. I'm not helping anybody else unless they're like an actual genuine friend. But until then, I know this is just kind of like a rant in a way, maybe, but I think it's a very interesting topic because, again, you get the men that hate you because of your fashion, and then you get the men who love you because of your fashion, and then you get the men who actually like you for you. Not your fashion, not because of what you're wearing, not your makeup, not your hair, but you, and that is what's important. So, if you ever go on a date with somebody, don't look at their bracelet and say, oh, you're too much, everything is too much. Don't look at their Chanel or Tatcha face wash and be like, oh, don't you get anything like from the drugstore? Like, who the cares, in all honesty? And that's how you know I'm serious, if I absolutely drop the F word. Because I'm like, for real, who the cares? People who feel a negative way when they hear a brand's name or a price point, I just feel like they don't know just how to be happy. Like, who cares? Just be happy. Stop looking at price points, stop looking at brand names, just get what you want. If you like expensive stuff, you like expensive stuff. If you like cheap stuff, you like cheap stuff. It's who cares? And then finally, you actually get the men who can handle it. So it's very rare, but when a man is like, oh, that's cool, that's great. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for any judgment. I'm not looking for any praise. I'm just, if I say a simple fact like, oh, I like Versace, that's all you gotta say is, oh, okay, cool, I like Legos. And a lot of people think like they have to be a specific person for me. Like a lot of people like, oh, I could never be with you because I don't make enough money to be with you. You'll never be happy with me. You won't like my lifestyle. That I hate when they make the choice themselves. That is my choice to make. If I want to be with somebody that has a lower lifestyle, that is my choice. If I want to be with somebody who makes less money, that is my choice. That is not that person's choice. And it's not taking anything away from me. And that's what makes me so mad, because it's like, who the hell are you to say, like, oh, you won't be with me because you can't afford me? One, nobody can buy me. I am not for sale. Two, I like who I like. Again, like, I don't care what anybody makes. If I like you, that is all that matters. But when somebody says that to me, I genuinely get so mad, because I'm like, what in the intimidation and what in the insecurity is wrong with you? Like, that is 100% all on you, not on me. And I hate when men cannot like bear that fact. And it kind of goes back to like a lot of men being intimidated when women make more money than them and when women are more successful. That is what I get a lot. I get a lot of guys who don't want their women to be successful. They want to be more successful than their woman. And if they're not, then they feel inferior, they're intimidated, and they feel less than. You don't have to feel less than anybody. And I think that really just brings up an interesting topic on how dating affects luxury fashion and how people can see when you wear the fashion. So comment down below, tell me your experiences. Have people been rude to you because of the luxury fashion? Have your dating life been easier? How has luxury fashion affected your dating life specifically? Now, I will have a future video coming out about how luxury fashion affects me in general and how others treat me, because it's two separate things. How people treat me versus how my dating life is with luxury fashion, two separate different things. So the dating life I have just now covered. However, I'm really curious, how do you feel about it? Comment down below, share your thoughts, and remember, be kind, be happy, do not judge others, and just give people the chance to love you for yourself and not for anything you have. And again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and have a great day. Au revoir.